Yo, what's up guys? Back for PSGL Round 5 around Austria. So we go into our qualifying lap, and it's a beautiful turn 1 as we are fighting for the top 10 after a terrible start in the first 2 runs where we invalidated our lap. We just want to keep this nice and tidy around the hairpin. It's pretty average as we go down the back straight. We're down in last position right now after not setting a lap, and we are going to push on as we run a bit wide through the right-hander. Hugo retires and we are going to go and try and send it into the next left-hander. Take a bit too much curve, but we are going to keep pushing bit wide again. We do not want to invalidate this lap as this is our only lap left in the session as we round the final 2 corners in 6th gear, down to 5th for the final right. 4th actually. It was a terrible lap, but there we go. And we finish in P10, which is shocking, but moving on to the race. 5 red lights and we are a go as we get a pretty decent launch off the line, but we get a bit of wheel spin in second phase. Decide to go down the inside of Jacob, but I've got someone on my inside too, and we are going to get a little bit of a tap on the outside. We're going to burn some of the battery to try and keep ahead of Samuel, but he is on the medium tyres. So we're going to go down the inside as we make a bit of contact into the right-hander. So we're going to turn on our ERS and go for a move on Jacob, but he pinches us on the inside with someone on his outside, and we're going to get the move done. And we're going to try and close up to the cars ahead.
Give Jacob the position back, I think.
However, my race engineer felt like that was an unfair move. Therefore, we are going to give the position back on the main straight.
You go back here. Make it clear you're giving it back. Make it clear that you're giving it back.
As we give him back the position through lifting on the exit. But we're going to go straight on the attack again.
As long as you're fully behind by the corner.
Go down the inside of Jacob. See if we can get a good enough exit out of the right-hander. There's 5 cars ahead, all fighting very hard. Red Bull's ghosted and we're going to look for a move. However, we decide, as it is only lap 2, we do not want to get damaged this early on, and that would ruin our race. Into the second left-hander we go. We're going to go for a look for a move on the inside of Alessio, who runs a bit wide, but he is going to keep the position. Just going to look for a run on the exit of the final corner, but Alessio is looking onto the back of Jacob instead. So we're going to turn on our ARS for a brief moment to try and close the gap to Alessio. Moving on to lap 4. We have got 90% of the battery. As into the right-hander, there's a crash and we've got damage. We could not avoid that. Safety car is out though, which is gonna help our position as we can pit and then catch back up to the back. We decide to not cross the line, unlike in Vegas, where fortunately we did not get a 5-second penalty for that. However, our teammate is going to get held so much, and he is going to drop down to last position.
Maybe if it was a position, you might be able to support that.
As off we go, out, back into the race in P14. P13 actually. A lot of cars got damaged from that incident. And we are going to close back up to the pack, which is going to save our race here. Safety car is coming in and we are going to restart the race. We're going to try and get a good exit off the final corner and look for a run on Alessio, but he is a bit too far ahead. As we are going to absolutely send it down the inside, completely miss our braking point and almost take out Alessio. That was very close. We do not want to do that and get more front wing damage. As Samuel decides to send it down our inside, as he taps us on the exit and almost spins around. That was not very smart. Assuming I am on the medium compound tyre, we're going to look for a move on Jota, who is on the hards again. He did not pit under the safety car. We're going to have much fresh tyres. We're going to turn on our ARS and we're going to move to the inside to get this overtake done so we can go back onto the racing line and continue our charge through the field. Up to P12 we go. We're going to follow through Alessio and try and keep as close to him as we can. He is one of our championship rivals. However, again in the hairpin, there's a big, slow amount of cars ahead. So Alessio tried to go for a switchback and we did not read that, which means we got pinched to the inside and we are under pressure from Jota. So moving on to lap 9, DRS is enabled and we're going to look for the overtake on Alessio up ahead. So we're going to turn on our ERS, we're going to tuck into the slipstream, we're going to try and look to the outside for this right-hander. We make brake later than him, we go round the outside of the Aston Martin and we get the move done on the exit, which is beautiful as we're now up to P11. Moving on to the end of lap 9, we're on the back of Smoker up ahead. We're going to try and get a better exit out this final corner, turn on our battery and go to the inside again. And that is another position up to P10. So we're now onto the back of Sir Lala and J. Cole. We're going to turn on our ARS again, tuck into the slipstream, and that is going to be P9 up the inside of J. Cole. Purple for first sector. We've been using our battery this lap and we are going to try and push forward to get some more moves done. My race engineer tells me to watch out on the battery. We're going to send it down the inside of the Alpine at the right hander, and that is 4 overtakes in about 4 corners. As we're going to try and go round the outside into here, side by side. We leave him room on the inside as there's a car spinning ahead. We leave room on the inside again. And can we get a better exit? Use a bit of our battery? Yes, we can. And that is up to P7 now. As we keep on pushing forward, can we get back in the DRS of Fletch up ahead in the Alfa Romeo? As we have made our way into the DRS up into lap 11 as they both run a bit wide up ahead. We're going to get better exit on the medium compound tyres and we're going to go for the outside against the Red Bull, but the Red Bull is going to squeeze us all the way to the line. Bit of contact. We're going to leave room again. He does not give us much space, but it is going to happen in racing. Moving on to lap 12, they're slow into the corner again. We're going to try and make a move after these two are battling very hard into this left-hander. We're going to look for a better exit off this second left-hander, see if we can get a move on Fletch as we're going to switch to the inside, but he is using his battery and we cannot make the moves done. We're going to line it up, but when the DRS comes again, we are on better tyres and we are going to try and launch an attack on the straight. The battery is on and we're going to go to the inside again and try and tuck in between the gap, in between behind Tadpole. Fletch is still on our outside, there's a little bit of contact, but we are going to continue our charge up to P6. We're going to go for a move on Tadpole now, and that is going to be for P5. As we go down the inside, we brake on the apex, try and stop the car slow down, cover off any switchbacks, and we are up to P5. We have made 10 positions in around 4 to 5 laps, and that is excellent for our race. But that is a bit sloppy on the exit there. So we're going to try and close the gap to the cars ahead and the likes of Snow, who is leading the championship. And there's a spinner ahead, it's Vinco, and that is not going to be good for the Williams. We're going to tuck into the slipstream, have a little look down the inside, but we don't want to go side by side into the final corner. So we are going to look for the main straight to make this move done and get up to P4. We're going to tuck into the slipstream with DRS. We're going to lift though, and we're going to wait till the second part of DRS. Vinco runs a bit wide, and we are going to get a beautiful exit, turn on our battery, turn on DRS, and he is going to wave us through with a wiggle, and that is up to P4. Now Snow is 4 seconds ahead, and he is a very fast driver, so this is going to be very difficult to close the gap to the top 3. As we move on to lap 22, we could not close the gap. Everyone else has pitted, and we are going to be the last people to pit for a brand new set of soft compound tyres, which is going to enable us to try and go for the fastest lap in this race. Sweet, lovely 2.2 second pit stop. Snow sets the fastest lap of the race, who is absolutely flying up to the back of the leaders. We're going to come out in a bit of traffic right behind Naskai and Vinco, who both have 3-second penalties. With that Alpine right behind us, we have formed a lovely gap as we move on to the end of lap 23, and we're going to pursue Naskai. We're going to go round the outside into the double right as he goes into the pit lane. Now we are after Vinco up ahead. Samuel has not pitted yet, so this is going to be crucial for our race to try and catch up to Vinco as soon as we can, as the Alpine got a lovely exit out of that corner, and he is going to go for a move round the outside, and we are going to cover off the switchback again and try and get a better exit than the Alpine, which we do. Closing up to the back of Vinco. Can we get a move onto the main straight? That would be ideal, because we are going to keep following through this left-hander. Rode a bit too much curve there, but we are going to look to try and get this move done. He is very slow on the older compound tyres, and we are going to switch to the outside. He lets us go, and that is up into P6 through the double right-hander. We're green. Is it going to be a fastest lap using bits of our battery? It wasn't, because Snow has been absolutely flying, but we're going to get in the DRS of Samuel and wait to the second part of this lap to try and get the overtake done, as we know how powerful DRS is. And here we go, getting a lovely exit, but so does the Alpine, and we are going to go side by side into the next corner. Going to look for a move, go for this round the outside. Can we get the switchback? He covers it off nicely, and the Alpine has now made a move on us, and we are down to P5. The top 3 are way too far ahead to be able to catch them now, and it is just a fight between me and the Alpine to see who can get P4, but we are on much fresher tyres. As there is running for 15 minutes, but that is going to be after the race is done. We have fresher tyres than the Alpine, and we're going to try and line up a move again. We saw him flashing on the back straight. Can we get in the slipstream as he pulls over to the right? A bit questionable, as he's just losing us time now. We're stuck behind him, but we're going to get DRS on this main straight and prepare our exit on the second part.
Try recharge battery, and then on one lap just go.
As the Alpine makes a mistake into left-hander, and we are going to turn on our DRS and go for the move. And that is up to P4 again.
How much older your tyres now? I think that's quite a bit older, considering we've got a big undercut.
We're going to try and push to break the DRS to the Alpine. We go to the end of the race, and we have broken the gap to the Alpine, and we have been in a bit of no man's land for the last 10 laps, and this is going to be a P4 finish, and that is going to take us to the top of the championship